Stand by. And so these people just walk by.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Janelle here. Janelle is known to do pageants, and a variety of pageants in different angle, I would say, pageants than most people would think of pageantry. Let's find out about your history, background, and where the pageant industry is moving forward, like what are how-to behind the pageant.
Absolutely. I once owned a beauty pageant, and I then owned a different type of pageant which was personality based, because not all pageants are all about looks anymore. And it was for children to adults, and it was wonderful. Like, I really truly enjoyed it. And then the industry, as you were saying, did change, and that's why we really in the pageantry industry don't use the word beauty pageant anymore. We just use the word pageant, because there's so many different types of pageants, and that old mentality of having to be physically perfect is slowly changing, because we realize beauty's changing. Not everyone looks at a person and said that person's a 10. Because that beauty is changing in a beautiful, wonderful way, where all different types of forms of the women and men are being more accepted, a new standard of pageantry occurred. So now we have so many different pageants. We have plus size, we have married women, which for a while there really wasn't that many. We have for older women, senior citizens, and men. We have transgender pageants, even drag pageants. There is a difference.
Most of the pageants are based on a particular, let's say, Russia or Ukraine, or by the geography. And there are pageants are now built based on the totally different criteria, like business owners who promote their causes. They use the pageants as more like a platform rather than the stage.
Absolutely. One thing that we have realized a change in overall in like any country is that now that we're removing that standardized beauty, that people want to hear the message that these title holders want to bring to the platform. Recently in a pageant in South America.
Is it because of the money aspect? Because in the past, I think the pageant been mostly funded by the sponsors, by the wealthy individuals who wants to see a beautiful girls on stage. And parents wants to marry their girls to the most eligible, the best eligible prince or bachelor that they can find. Nowadays, I see a lot of really wealthy girls competing in a pageant, and those girls are extremely smart. They have like 1 or 2 college degrees. They have substantial wealth behind them, trust babies, and they cannot find love. They want to be on stage, not only as the lawyer or doctor, not only as the daughter of someone, but just to for themselves, like to show that I'm beautiful, I'm smart.
They want to be appreciated for who they are. Absolutely, and that is the part of the changes that we. In general, there's just a wonderful change that women are becoming more ahead of the times. You know, back in the day, you send your daughter to college just to find a husband, or you would put her in a beauty pageant, like from New York City, Miss Subway, just so they can get their face out there and hopefully find a doctor for a husband.
But most of those girls become actresses. They become models. They become like they build career out of this.
Absolutely, Vanessa Williams.
You win a title and
Eva Longoria. I mean, we have lots of famous pageant people. Justin Timberlake. Many people. Usher. There's boys too. And what happens with pageants, and what people don't realize, because they only want to criticize it. You know, a lot of people want to criticize pageants, but they don't see the amazing things that pageants do. It gives you a stage to perform. It brings you confidence. It makes you think quickly. So all of these past winners that I mentioned, Eva Longoria, Justin Timberlake, they got all this experience from pageantry, from being on that stage, being able to speak, and being able to have eye contact with the judges, and being able to engage with people.
It's a totally different walk. Yeah. The runway walk, you look like very stiff and strong, and you look like a tough person. On the pageant, you have to smile, you have to hold so many eyes.
Absolutely.
It's a different look.
It's a different beast. It is a different beast, because the pageantry is like the smile and all this, and then you have like the runway walk, which is, you know, more serious. So when you do pageants, you learn that, and guess what? You learn the complete opposite. So if you're great at pageants and you feel the confidence that builds you, then on your runway when you become a model, you change. You just do the complete opposite of what you did, and that's where you get your experience. And a lot of people who are now famous because of pageants is because it gave them a platform.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the judging pageant. How to become a judge? How the judge, are they funding the pageants, or they are interesting people? How to build that credibility that you are a trustful person, that you would not be bought by the special interest, and you would choose the right person for the right reasons. Because let's be honest, like a lot of people in the industry, it's basic. It's not a non-profit in many cases. Sometimes it's a profitable venture, and people need to get paid, and they choose whoever fund them the most wins the pageant, and it's jeopardized the whole judging system.
That's how people might feel, and that's something called credibility and transparency. My pageants, I'm very straightforward. I believe I was 100% fair and honest. I would tell the judges as a director what I was looking for in each contestant. You know, this is the package that I'm looking for my title holder. This is what I require from them. And I would hire judges that did not have a close relationship with the contestants, because it's very hard.
It's a very small world where everybody knows each other. There are different interests and different perks.
Yeah, and that's where it becomes so difficult, Alec, because you want to find a person who understands pageantry. You want to find someone who understands it's such hard work to be a contestant. It's not 1, 2, 3.
But it's also about numbers nowadays. It's all about, you bring a particular judge, you know you're going to sell that many tickets. You know, you get so many views. So if someone has particular following, and you know, you bring a Kim Kardashian as a judge, you're going to sell this whatever the arena is.
I've had celebrities come to my past events, and yes, but that does not take, the celebrity is still a person of integrity. For me, now I'm not saying every pageant is, honest. There's a lot of them that aren't, and that is an issue. But the ones that are honest, they have longevity. They have the reputation of being honest, so they keep on going. When you become dishonest as a director and say, okay, I'm going to pick that girl because she's done my pageant 5 times and has given me the most money, it's time for her to win, that's not an honest system, and people are going to know. They're going to know that's dishonest, and they're not going to come.
Loyalty important. There are different titles, and you can give Miss Loyalty, Miss. There are a variety. There are different titles to that, but it also has to be a fair, somehow a fair system, a way to compete. Life. When the reason why I send my daughter to pageant, and the reason why I think the pageants exist, is because not everybody win.
Right,
just one person can win out of so many.
Absolutely.
And you need to teach people who compete that life is a competition, and second place get pretty much nothing. If I'm as a wedding photographer compete for the wedding, and out of 20 people they pick me as a second option, I still don't do this wedding.
No, you still get paid.
I'm still
and you still don't get the title.
So still don't get it. So same thing in the pageant. There is only one title. You can have all the honorable titles, but how gracefully to lose and how to gracefully win. So
well, my daughter does pageants. Well, not anymore. And that's part of my transparency and my integrity, because once I started becoming a director of a pageant, I felt that she could not be a contestant, because then people would know my name as a director. So I chose to pull her out of the pageants, even though she kind of missed it, because it's not fair. Because we would be sitting in the our little lounge with the judges, and she might meet people. So I just didn't feel that was fair. That's my choice. Not everyone director has to do that.
I want my kids to have more than I have, and my parents want me to have more. So by giving them
I would take her out of state. I would take her out of state. So my pageants were New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and if she wants to compete, I would go to Tennessee, Kentucky. I wouldn't know that many people.
Following, it takes years to build the following. The designers, the brands that want to sponsor the following, they are all local, so they know you. You work as a model, you work as a crew. So it's really important when you take a person out of the state. It's really killing the vast majority of the fan base. Many pageants not just rely on judges in the audience, but they would watch how many likes person get, how many views, how many social media, and
because that's how they become bigger. Absolutely, but
there are other ways to make a decision.
Right.
On,
So for my
pageant.
child, like I said, I took her out of state. That was my choice because I just didn't feel it was fair. And my integrity
Okay.
and my transparency was the utmost important thing. And if I couldn't stand by my word of what I was doing, even for my own child, how could I do a whole industry with so many contestants that are going to trust me to find great qualified judges? And that is our problem, because judges who are truly qualified, who understand pageantry, we all know each other. We all shake hands with each other. So there's two ways of really finding judges at this point. You find judges that either know literally everybody, because then they can't say, oh, that's my best friend and that's it. No, we're all best friends, you know? So either you find someone who has a solid reputation already for judging in other areas or other pageants, and you can bring that person in because everyone likes them and they're comfortable with that. I usually interview my judges and I say, listen, when they come in to judge, I'll show them the program. Do you know these names? If they're like, well, you know, I know this person, I will ask, how do you know them? Are you friends with them? Do you know them outside of pageantry? And if I'm not comfortable, thank you for your time. Because, you know, being a judge is a lot of time consuming, and I appreciate it. But because you have a connection with a person.
What the judge gets out of it?
Okay. Every person's different. I believe, and I never did, and you can have all my judges come here and they will tell you, I do not pay my judges. The second I would give them money, you know, the second if I chose to give them money, would mean I am buying their vote. So, but, you know, it's their time and their travel. So what I did for equally was I would pay for their travel, because they are coming to my place of business, and I would pay for food for the day and the night, and if needed, a hotel room.
Okay.
Which they would have to share because it is a business.
But what else are they getting out of being as a judge?
So why do they like to be a judge?
Yes.
Okay. Now I've stopped doing directing because of other personal health issues, but I still have people to this day coming up to me, hey, do you know anywhere I can judge? Can I judge this? They do it because it's good for their social media as well. It's good for their presence, and they have opportunities to show people that they know what they're doing and what they're talking about. So it's all about the appearances and the social media.
Let's go back to the first question.
Yes.
It used to be beauty pageants and now just pageants. So the aspect of beauty, the value of beauty, how the participants can convert their beauty. Obviously, most of the people who compete on pageants are beautiful. How that translates into the jobs, into the wedding proposals, into the happy life, or whatever life can give them. Is there a correlation between being beautifully outside and inside, and towards
in general,
success in life?
Right. In general, being attractive is something that's within you. You know, confidence is the most beautiful thing in the world. I see this 100%. I don't care what you look like. If you are confident and own whatever it is that you love or dislike about yourself, and you own that, then you're beautiful, period. So that translates to the stage as a confident person. Now, I am a confident person. I'm not flawless, I'm not perfect.
You have a line of being arrogant, like Trump. You can be like confident, overly confident, or you can be like in the right mode. So how that's translates into the value.
Okay, so when you have that inner confidence, it's not just about me being number one. You want to share that with other people because you want them to come and feel confident with you. And you want to bring people together. Now, when you are that person who is bringing people together sincerely, you know, not doing it for any other ulterior motive, other opportunities come to you. That's how I feel. That when you're a confident person, you're doing these pageants, you're shaking hands, you're meeting people, you're taking time out of your day to communicate to others who may need that communication. They're going to introduce you to people. They're going to be like, hey, you're a great person. Come here, meet this, you know, football player. I think you guys would be great together. And I think that's how it happens. And people may say, oh, she just did a beauty pageant because she wants to meet a husband. No. I think it works out.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't think it's a way of why not?
I understand what you're saying, because there's some people who still think it's all about getting married. It's all about being married.
Part of it, if it's important for the person to be successful and happy, and that's what.
I'm not wearing my wedding ring right now, but I've been with my husband for 20 years, so you know something works. I gain weight. My ring doesn't fit, but
I have it on my keychain.
That's smart. I'm gonna tell my husband that. But when you have that persona that you want to succeed, you want to find somebody in your life, if you want to find somebody and you feel like the beauty pageants or the regular pageants are going to help you get that goal, go for it. If that's what you want in life, go for it. But I honestly don't think that the men who are always just looking at these girls would want a singular wife who's only about their being rich, you know, not anymore.
Do they feel it's a little bit of independent and threatening? And some of those girls are extremely beautiful, and normal guys would never dare to talk to them and approach them.
Absolutely.
How that translates into the advantage or disadvantage there?
Well, when you're talking about a regular guy, okay, let's, you know, that he's physically not, you know, Brad Pitt, okay, just the average guy.
But
he has.
Everybody wants to marry the, you know, the queen of the school prom.
Right, you know, the home queen, the home king. Because I just think we're naturally, you know, genetically built to be attracted to not really power, but that confidence that I was saying. Just like the animals, there's the lion king. It's not the whole bunch of lions. So we do have that natural flow within us to be attracted towards the confidence and the beautiful people.
Okay.
But they have confidence come more easy maybe to people who found their beauty at a younger age compared to people who
find,
grow it inside.
Interest in pleasant things and something that's natural, beautiful, and pleasant to look at. I go to museums to look at beautiful paintings. I own a well-bred dog and cat. Like, I like to have beautiful things, pleasant look. So when you have someone extremely attractive at all times during your life, at day and night, that's nothing wrong with admiring the beauty.
Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with, you know, wanting beautiful things around you. If that was something wrong, Gucci wouldn't be a brand. You know, those are beautiful things. We want beautiful things, but what's beautiful to you may not be beautiful to somebody else. And another thing is, you may like, you said you're married a long time and you love your wife, and I'm sure she's beautiful. Now, God forbid, something happened to her. I was just talking to some of the girls. I actually was in an accident when I was 16 years old, where half my face was burnt to my shoulders. And
Your husband still love you.
I had a good plastic surgeon. You know, it was really burnt, it was bad, it was horrible. And that taught me to, believe it or not to care so much about the physicality, because people are going to like me for who I am. Because you're not going to leave your wife if, God forbid, she has an accident like that. You love her. You're going to find her beautiful no matter what. And that's where it all goes back to the very main theme that I always say, confidence. And that's what pageants do. They build confidence, because even if you lose, you have to be confident enough to go back and put yourself through it again and probably lose again, because you have so many people vying for one big title and they're not always going to win. So it's all about the confidence that you have inside yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have more questions about pageants, hopefully Janelle will come back and we can answer some of your questions next time.
I'll be brutally honest.
Would you please tell the audience one more time your social media?
You can reach me on Instagram at thatreallycoolmom, THTREALLYCOOLMOM, and also my secondary social media is at omcuteness, and that's really all my presence right now. I'm still working on my Twitter, so that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
My pleasure.